This is our going to be our campsite here for a night or two. I can't remember, something creek. I have to look it up. I figured out where we're at. We're at Williams Creek Campground. It's a Bureau of Reclamation area. The Bureau of Reclamation has a lot of lakes, small lakes, even some bigger lakes out in the western part of the United States on there. It's the first time I've ever stayed at a Bureau of Rec area. It's pretty. I mean, we're still in Montana. It's still that wide open prairie across there. I mean, we're kind of sitting down in a bowl right now, so you can't really see over top of the ridge on there, but we'll get some shots later up over top of the ridge. You can actually see the outline of the Rocky Mountains. I'm assuming over by Glacier National Park. You can see the snow on the mountains. And as a matter of fact, you could look back over top of my camper over there and you see the peak, the top of a little mountain over there. It's not part of that mountain range, but over on that side there's also some mountains. But right now we're just out in a wide open prairie on there, about 5 miles down a gravel road, and then about a half mile down a dirt path to get to this site right here. Still windy. I mean, it's not as bad as it was yesterday, but it's still blowing probably 30 miles an hour out here. And and of course, when we're driving today, we're driving either straight into it or kind of cattywampus to it. So yeah, I could watch my fuel gauge move as fast as my miles per hour is moving there. So, but hopefully it's supposed to lay and tomorrow will be quieter and still. Way over there, you can see one lone barn. I guess it's a barn over there. And you talk about, like I said, that's the epitome of being on a prairie. One little building out in the middle of nowhere out there. Either a old home place or a barn or something. So. I'm gonna do a scan around, kind of get a lay of the land here. Mr. Popcorn's out here with me. There he is. There's Mr. Popcorn on there. Pancake don't want to come outside. Wind's blowing too hard, and he don't like it. On there, Popcorn, yeah. Only thing he's afraid of storms. If it starts thundering, shoot, man, he'd go either be in my lap or start thundering too loud. He goes get under the bed in the bedroom in there. We'll hide out and do it passes on there. Otherwise, he's pretty fearless. It seems like sometimes too fearless. You can see some. Trees, it's been, or brush or trees, whatever, bushes been planted on the other side. I'm sure it's done by Bureau of Reclamation for soil conservation purposes over there. They do a lot of soil conservation. That's what a lot of their projects are associated with on there. But anyway, it's a pretty area on there. I mean, man, I bet we can see some stars out here if the sky is clear tonight. And you can see they got some showers going on back kind of to the northeast of us. North and northeast on there, and that's kind of toward the higher elevation. I think the mountains are kind of squeeze the rain out of those clouds that they go over top of on there. But anyhow, we'll probably be here a day or two, depending on I got to look at our map, see how much further it is to our next destination. I got reservations for a stop over by Kalispell, I think that's how you pronounce it, and then we got to drive down to Missoula to pick up some medicine and stuff one last time before we cross into Canada on there. So we'll append this video later on, but it has a couple of newer pit toilets, the CXT style toilets. There's one up there by the entrance on there, and over where the other group of campers is, it looks like they're all together. There's a restroom there and a little wind shelter, and I've counted, I think there's like 10 or 11 of those guys over there. It looks like they got their boats and stuff. They're probably out here for the weekend to fish and whatnot. So, but there's a long distance between us and anybody else out here. And I don't have to worry about the cats getting lost, but there's nothing for them to get lost in. It's no trees or nothing, no tall grass or nothing out here. So, all right, just gonna sign off till later. This standing on the hill overlooking Tiber Reservoir, where we're camping on the Bureau of Reclamation. It's a Bureau of Reclamation lake. It's also got some BLM land around it, but the actual lake and where we're camping is Bureau of Reclamation. You can see way off in the distance down there the single camper with a dark truck. That's our campsite, and there's a group of people camping over there that are out fishing today. The lake's got all kinds of fish from channel cat to walleye to lake trout to rainbow trout, and it's got a muskie. It's got a wide range of fish in it on there. You get a lay of the landscape. Like I told you, it's wide open. I mean, it's just wide open area out here. Wind has been, nothing to stop the wind, put it that way. Wind was blowing pretty hard yesterday. Better today, actually quite a bit better right now. Hopefully it stays quite a bit better than that. It was cloudy this morning. Looks like may get a little sun. Need some sun to recharge my batteries, get that solar going out there. I've got my solar set up. Yeah, me and Susan gonna go out and ride around the area while we're here. We're gonna be leaving tomorrow, heading to our next destination. But while we're here today, we're gonna get out and ride around and see what's around here. So, alrighty. We're almost back to Highway 2 on the road that takes you into Willow Creek campground back there. It's kind of giving you another landscape shot. You can see some mountains back in the background, back toward the north there. Not the big Rocky Mountains. You don't see the snow on them. A lot of farm ground. Oh, there goes the antelope. I don't know if you can see it on here or not, but you can see his white butt shining across there. He's kind of going over the ridge over there. So they do have antelope out here, even though a lot of this is agricultural land. It's kind of a mix between agricultural and grazing over here. I've seen a lot. They got some winter wheat growing. I think a lot of this country's primarily wheat and alfalfa stuff to make hay with for the cows on there. But anyhow, again, we're just going to take some shots as we move around. That way we can have something to kind of document what the different landscapes was. Because you think of Montana, a lot of times, the first thing you think about is big mountains. Well, the majority of the state is not. The majority of the state's just big, wide open plains on there. Rolling hills or just pretty flat. There you go. Now you can see the Rocky Mountains way back here in the distance. The clouds kind of let off for a minute. So you might be able to see it with this camera. I'm not sure. I got it zoomed in. I'll zoom it in as much as I can. There we go. If you look way back there, you can see snow on top of the Rocky Mountains. I think that's probably Glacier Park. We're going to be going right around the southern edge of it on our way to our next camp spot. We may get the opportunity to go in and look at a little bit of Glacier, but Glacier really wasn't on my list for this go round. We may catch it more on the way back from Alaska, depending on how the timing goes. Where we're leaving Willow Creek this morning, you can see in the background, these are the hills I showed you, I don't know, about 2 days ago. There wasn't any snow on them. And then over the weekend, particularly yesterday, and now they got snow on them. They got pretty good snowfall in the mountains. Like I said, there was zero snow on those hills over there, and now they got quite a coating over there. So I imagine over toward glaciers, they got, I understand that they could get anywhere 10 to 20 more inches of snow over in that part of the country. So hopefully we won't run into any bad road conditions. I don't expect it to be on there. I expect most snow's gonna be in higher elevations on there. But yeah, it was a rainy day all day yesterday. Didn't get out and do much. At least today we got clear weather and good traveling conditions. So there's our caravan, ready to move on down to our next campground in the U.S. Forest Service Swan Lake on the other side of Glacier.